inspiring projects from around the world and how they succeeded. Hey everyone, welcome back to EcoAlchemy. My name is Pete, and I'm thrilled to have you here for episode 3, inspiring projects from around the world and how they succeeded. In the last episode, I shared why I'm confident in turning my dream of restoring barren land into a flourishing homestead. Today, we're diving into stunning restoration projects from across the globe. These are real-life examples where people turned desolate, lifeless landscapes into thriving ecosystems. Not only are these stories inspiring, but they also provide practical, actionable techniques you can start using today to bring sustainable ideas to life. Whether on your land, in a community project, or even in your backyard, let's dig into the transformative magic of these methods. Our first stop is the Loess Plateau in China. This vast area was once a stark example of environmental collapse, suffering from centuries of overgrazing, soil erosion, and desertification. The once fertile land had become barren, making farming nearly impossible and leaving millions in poverty. Sound bleak? Definitely was. But in the 1990s, a groundbreaking restoration project began. The approach was methodical and brilliantly simple. Terracing hillsides slowed water runoff, planting drought-resistant vegetation stabilized the soil, and harmful practices like overgrazing were banned. Over time, these strategies stopped erosion and restored the soil's fertility. What emerged was almost miraculous, a thriving agricultural region that now supports countless communities. The takeaway? Working with nature's built-in systems, like leveraging the natural slope of the land, can yield massive rewards. Think about how this technique could help manage water on smaller plots of land or a homestead project. Even without heavy machinery, you could create smaller terraces to slow water and let soil recover, step by step. Next, we travel to Africa's Sahel region, where an extraordinary effort is underway to combat desertification, the Great Green Wall. This bold project aims to build a living belt of trees and vegetation across the continent, not only transforming the land but also stabilizing local climates. From this massive project, one technique stood out to me for its sheer simplicity and practicality: semicircular bunds. These curved structures, made entirely of soil, are strategically built to trap even small amounts of rainwater, creating fertile pockets of land. These bunds don't just conserve water, they create microclimates that allow plants to thrive. The beauty lies in their accessibility. With local materials and basic tools, anyone can build bunds to revive parched land. Now, imagine adapting this idea for smaller-scale sustainability efforts, like planting fruit trees in arid climates or regreening neglected urban spaces. Building bunds doesn't require you to be a hardcore ecologist. It just takes patience, a vision, and the willingness to act. It's the kind of hands-on technique that sustainability enthusiasts like us can fall in love with. Our third example takes us to Jordan, one of the driest regions on Earth. Here, permaculture expert Geoff Lawton turned a barren landscape into a productive oasis using innovative yet simple techniques. This example is one of my absolute favorites because it emphasizes ingenuity and adaptability in the face of extreme conditions. One standout method Lawton used is swales. Shallow trenches dug along a contour to capture rainwater and keep it from running off. Each swale channels the water underground, replenishing the water table and nourishing nearby plants. He paired this technique with mulching, planting native trees, and focusing on biodiversity. The result? A flourishing ecosystem in the heart of the desert. Swales are affordable, effective, and accessible, even for beginners. Building one needs nothing more than a shovel and an eye for contours. Imagine applying this technique to a small-scale project, like your garden or a community park, and creating an eco-haven in just a few steps. Swales harness nature's rhythm to make every drop of water count, a skill we can all use to conserve resources. The fantastic part about these projects isn't just that they succeeded, but how they succeeded. Each one rests on core techniques that are powerful yet adaptable. Let's unpack the 3 key principles they share. The overwhelming takeaway is that water is everything. Terraces, bunds, and swales might look different, but they all serve the same purpose: keeping rainwater where it falls, long enough to seep back into the ground. The truth is, you don't need much rainfall to revive the land. You just need to use it more wisely. Start by observing how water flows on your land and experiment with small interventions like bunds or trenches. Healthy soil is non-negotiable for a thriving ecosystem. The projects we explored rebuilt soil health by planting drought-tolerant vegetation, introducing organic matter, and reducing harmful practices. Even on a personal scale, you can work on improving soil fertility by composting, mulching, or planting cover crops that return nutrients to the earth. Whether it's the Sahel's hardy acacias or Jordan's desert-friendly vegetation, choosing plants adapted to your environment reduces water use and maintenance. Native plants are often your greatest allies in creating sustainable ecosystems, so take the time to research species that thrive in your local climate. If you're as inspired as I am, you're probably wondering how to start using these techniques. The great news is you don't need a massive restoration project or endless resources to begin your journey. Start small with swales. Grab a shovel and observe your terrain. Are there natural slopes where you can build a small trench to harvest rainwater? Even one swale can make a difference in catching and utilizing rain effectively. Experiment with bunds. Try building semicircular bunds for a garden or a small reforestation area. Place them strategically to catch both water and organic matter, encouraging plant growth. Choose the right plants. Learn about native species in your area, focusing on those that support surrounding ecosystems. These could be trees, shrubs, or even grasses that stabilize soil and require less maintenance. Test composting and mulching. Rebuilding soil health doesn't happen overnight. Use simple steps like spreading mulch or reusing kitchen scraps as compost to begin regenerating the soil microbiome. For those of you with larger ambitions, maybe a 10-acre homestead or a community garden project, these same methods can be scaled up to suit your needs. Sustainability is all about finding solutions that work with nature, not against it. In the next episode, we're getting hands-on. I'll take you step by step through the specific techniques I plan to use for my Arizona-based homestead. That means building contour-based swales to capture every drop of rain in a desert climate. Selecting native Arizona plants that support biodiversity while requiring minimal water. Exploring ways to enrich desert soil, making it productive for long-term use. The focus will be on practical applications you can take away immediately, so whether you're working on a backyard permaculture garden or a larger plot restoration, you'll walk away with tools to create real change. These transformation stories light a fire in me because they prove that positive change is possible, regardless of the challenges. If these projects can breathe new life into deserts, barren lands, and arid environments, what's stopping us from doing the same on smaller scales? Now is the time to take action. If this episode inspired you or gave you ideas for your own projects, don't hold back. Let's keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts, questions, or successes in the comments. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to keep up with this series. Together, we can build a thriving, sustainable future, one project at a time. Thanks for watching today's episode on inspiring projects from around the world and how they succeeded. Remember, every small change we make creates ripples of transformation. I'll see you next time, sustainability enthusiasts, for the practical deep dive you've been waiting for. Until then, stay curious, stay hopeful, and keep building your dreams. EcoAlchemy, transforming dreams into reality, one step at a time.